Get a Better Broadcast podcast, Voice over Voice. I'm Peter. Thank you for listening to today's episode. And we're looking, aren't we, at various effects on your voice. And we've looked at things like, well, various drugs and how they can affect how you sound, but also how, well, obviously alcohol is a drug. We were looking at that yesterday. Steroids as well before that, and also vaping and smoking and cocaine and marijuana as well. All of these sorts of different things coming off the back of how allergies affect your voice as well. Today, we're moving on slightly, and we're going to be looking at the effects of HPV and your voice. It's the human papilloma virus. As you may or may not know, it can be sexually transmitted, but can also be shared in other ways not fully understood. It causes many different diseases, often in the cervix, also in the throat sometimes, and that can lead to head and neck cancer, and sometimes recurrent respiratory papillomatosis, which causes warty growths in the throat, most commonly on the vocal folds themselves. And of course that can result in hoarseness, vocal fatigue. It's that usual list, isn't it? Loss of vocal range and difficulty breathing. So the human papilloma virus, HPV on the voice. Now, we've looked at this very, very briefly in the past, and we're looking at it in a little bit more depth just for one episode tomorrow, and that is the effect of, and forgive me, it's not a particularly nice subject, but vomiting and the voice. So we've looked at it, haven't we, when we're talking about acid reflux, but what happens when you are particularly unwell and you do vomit? How does that affect your, how does it affect your vocal folds? Does it affect your vocal folds, but also elsewhere in your throat and your mouth, and therefore your voice? That's the topic under discussion tomorrow on Get a Better Broadcast podcast and Voice over Voice. From London, I'm Peter Stewart.